I've always avoided making eggplant lasagna because I like it traditionally, but I had eggplants laying around and oh my god, it turned out absolutely incredible. I'm gonna make this all the time now. One portion came out to 416 calories. So these are the eggplants I have laying around at home. I'm gonna be using three of these skinny ones. You can use the regular round fat ones. Doesn't really matter, but this is just what I have at home. They're both gonna be the same. I'm using a Madeleine to slice it really thinly. It was pretty easy, but I always have to lift it and check the ones that are on the bottom because it will block it from it cutting again. That's why the last cut was kind of wobbly at the end, but it came out perfect. Now I'm gonna layer this on the baking sheet and I'm gonna bake it for about 12 minutes on 350 355. Spray with a little bit of oil, sprinkle with salt. We just want to cook it so when I assemble the lasagna, everything is ready. A little bit of oil, and into this half an onion, a chopped onion, and this I'm gonna cook low and slow because it can burn very easy. We don't want that. We want it to be like beautiful, caramelized, soft, releasing all that flavor. So very slowly, and then adding a pack of ground meat. The one I'm using is bison. So in this pack, there's 1,000 calories in the whole pack, and this dish has 4 servings in it. So divide that in four and divide everything in fours. Half teaspoon of salt, ton of black pepper, and Italian seasoning of your choice, whatever you have at home. I had a pre-mixed one. The reason why it's orange is because it also had turmeric in it, but it's the same things like basil, oregano, thyme. Just mix it all in. My secret was how I layered the cheese. This is a tube of tomato paste. If you find tubed tomato paste, get it. I love it because I can just close the cap and put it back in the fridge and it will last there for months. Unlike the little box one you open and then you have to use it, otherwise it's gonna stay there opened, oxidizing, and that's no fun. So added about a tablespoon of that. I'm using this dish and starting to layer my cooked baked eggplants. If you were to use the regular size eggplant, this will be so much easier. Now, mozzarella, this is my hack. Put a little bit of cheese before adding the meat because I hate replacing pasta with vegetables because nothing sticks. It all falls apart. That's why I'm adding cheese on both under the meat and over the meat so the cheese can work as a glue to stick everything together. Otherwise, if you just slap meat on that eggplant, it's gonna fall off. That's no fun. We don't want that. That's not great. So I needed to make like a glue basically. So the cheese, you see, it's not a lot of cheese on the bottom, but once it melts, it's gonna spread and it's gonna hold and lock in that meat so it doesn't fall when I lift it or when you're cut into it, you're eating. So, oh yeah, this was a great idea. So if you take anything from this recipe, the cheese is basically glue for food when you're using vegetables instead of a pasta. Otherwise, like the pasta would pretty much hold it together. The last layer of meat and then the remaining of my cheese is gonna go on top because everything is cooked. I just need to bake it until the cheese turns golden brown. I put it to 370 for 50 minutes. It wasn't getting gold, so then I put on the broil setting for 2 minutes and it turned it into super crispy, beautiful golden brown, and it is done. There's definitely at least 4 portions in this, so you can either use it for 2 people or you can eat it for dinner, your portion, and your second portion take it to lunch to work next day, and your partner can take the other part for lunch next day. And it is pretty cheap. I actually haven't counted the price for the total, but it is definitely like under $10 total, but it's like 4 meals all together. So this is it. I will no longer be avoiding eggplant lasagna because this turned out great, and that cheese layering was the key factor how to make the perfect eggplant lasagna. Enjoy!